Speaking of incredible, President Trump hosting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House yesterday, with the president unveiling a 20-point peace plan to end the war in Gaza and release all hostages after 725 days in captivity. It's now up to Hamas to accept.
Everybody who wants to see an end to the violence and destruction should be united in calling for Hamas to accept the extremely fair proposal so that we can end the war and get us back our hostages right now and have everlasting peace.
National security and military analyst and international relations expert Dr. Rebecca Grant joins me now. Dr. Grant, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you characterize the significance of this moment as we await Hamas's response?
An incredibly significant moment. Trump has crafted a landmark deal, and Carly, peace could sweep the Middle East within hours if Hamas agrees. And there's a great path forward here, not just for Gaza, but really for the whole region.
Well, if this is agreed to, there will be a temporary transitional government overseen by this board of peace that President Trump and former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair will be a part of. After that, Dr. Grant, what will the goal be when it comes to who governs Gaza?
Right. And this board of peace, I love it. Trump is going to be the head of it. Blair's participation is essential. And then it's a complex plan. But basically, Gaza goes to the people of Gaza. But it's going to be de-radicalized, no 400 miles of tunnels, no weapons. It's going to be redeveloped. There will be peacekeepers coming in from other countries, like Indonesia, perhaps. There will be a transitional authority. Keep with me here. And then they'll be able to determine their own future, but de-radicalized and not a threat to their neighbors. And Israel and the Palestinians will talk about a future horizon and then hopefully Abraham Accords across the region.
So what are the chances Hamas accepts?
Oh, I wish I knew. Trump seems optimistic that they are really leaning on them to accept. And this shows you what we've known, which is the other states in the region have had it with Hamas. Hamas has no options now. And Egypt, Qatar, everyone, they want Hamas to take this deal. And if they don't, Israel will continue that military campaign to secure Gaza City.
Yeah, and Steve Witkoff said yesterday that the difference this time around is that Arab leaders, European leaders, the Palestinian Authority all have agreed to this, really putting the pressure on Hamas to accept. So we'll wait and see what they say about it. I want to point out something that I found notable in this 20-point plan. It was point 6, and it reads, once all hostages are returned, Hamas members who commit to peaceful coexistence and to decommission their weapons will be given amnesty. Members of Hamas who wish to leave Gaza will be provided safe passage to receiving countries. So members of Hamas will be given amnesty, Dr. Grant. But apparently Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu worked for many hours to get the line that the Hamas members need to decommission their weapons. And he sees that as a major win within this 20-point plan. But Hamas members given amnesty, allowed to stay in Gaza. Does that raise red flags to you?
Well, you always wonder, but it shows how much they need to get this deal done. They'll also release about 1,000 prisoners and additional Palestinian prisoners on top of that. So this is a deal. They should take it. Hey, also notice there is now global public support for this deal, not for Hamas, not for radical Palestinian violence, but for this deal. And that is another huge factor closing off that global protest movement that's been supporting Hamas to some extent.
But after 2 years in captivity, 725 days, 48 hostages, 20 presumed to be alive, could be reunited with their families if Hamas agrees to this. We have to ask you about another big story. I can't believe that there's even more major news to talk about on the international front. But today there's going to be a big meeting in Quantico, Virginia. The President, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, hundreds of generals and admirals from around the world have been called to join into this meeting. Have you ever seen anything like this before? And what do you think this meeting will ultimately be about?
Never seen anything like it. Get that black coffee brewing. Sometimes one service will call most of its generals in for a big meeting, but even that's rare. I think it's great, whatever is said today, for them to have the chance to mingle. Young generals go to a course with others called Capstone, and they meet admirals and generals from other services. But this will be good. It's good to have a friend when you're dealing with the challenges of joint command. And hey, plenty of military threats out there, Russia, China. We need to keep control of space. We need to build our aircraft carriers. There's a lot to talk about, and it'll be good to see them all get together.
Yeah, and President Trump says it's going to be a very nice meeting. They're going to be talking about how we are doing militarily. So we will be watching. Dr. Grant, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.